Hello everybody, it's your boy Professor Pattio, and today we are going to talk about opposites and absolute value. So I believe you had a class earlier with your teachers and you all had a chance to learn about opposites and absolute value. So you all had your norms, and there's the same norms that you all have experienced, but there was another norm in class that you all learned today, and it's called use movement to learn. We'll get to that in a bit, but today's lesson on opposites and absolute value started with a video that you all can watch by clicking on this link right here, and you can watch a video of this person trying out an anti-gravity mirror. And so we talked about that 0 is where the edge of the mirror is, and we talked about how the real knee is in the negative side, so -1 might be a guess of where that real knee is. And so we also, your teachers also talked about, well, where would the mirror knee be? If the real knee is at -1, then the mirror knee would be at 1, because the real knee is about 1 foot away from the mirror, and the mirror knee is also 1 foot away from the mirror. Okay, so the reason why you all watched that video was this idea of opposites. For example, the opposite of happy is sad. The opposite of dirty is clean. So, what is the opposite of 9? Well, 9 is positive, so we're talking about positive 9. So wait a minute, the opposite of positive 9 is -9. Okay? And the opposite of negative is positive. So, the opposite of positive is also negative. Okay? So, when we talk about opposites in math, negatives is the opposite of positive. So just think about that. So wait a minute, the opposite of 10 would be -10. All right, so those are opposites. Your teachers went through this activity about the west neighborhood being on the left side and the east neighborhood on the right side. And many of you had a chance to do an activity dealing with opposites. And so for example, if you put a park on -5, then Mayor Breed wants you to put another park in the opposite area. So if you had a park on -5, you would put a park on +5. So that was the lesson for that part. Then you all talked about you all learned about absolute value. Okay, now these are called absolute value signs. This is an absolute value sign. Okay, now since you're going to be learning about absolute value throughout middle school and even into high school, you need a way to remember it. Okay, so that's why you were doing this hand motion in Zoom class today. All right, so do this with your arms to remember that absolute value means the distance from 0. All right, absolute value is the distance from 0. Draw a circle around your head. Do it again. Absolute value is the distance from 0. Absolute value is the distance from 0. See how we're memorizing it? Absolute value is the distance from 0. We guarantee you, if you do that enough times, you're gonna memorize it. All right, and you'll remember what absolute value is for a very long time. All right, absolute value is the distance from 0. Okay, this is how we write absolute value of 12. You do the absolute value signs and the number 12. This is how we write absolute value of -18. You do the signs and you put -18 inside. Okay, it's as simple as that for writing absolute value. But now, let's talk about some examples. Alright, so for this example, we have a basketball court. No, sorry. We have a daycare center. Alright, the daycare center is at, I'm looking over here. The daycare center is at -5. So wait a minute. Oh no, not -5, excuse me, +5. The daycare center is at +5. So wait a minute. What is the daycare's distance from 0? It's just 5. And let me prove it to you. The daycare's distance from 0 is 5. Let me prove it to you. So if I start from 5, I can jump 1, jump 2, jump 3, jump 4, jump 5. Okay? I proved it to you. The daycare's distance from 0 is just 5. It's just 5 steps away. So we write that. Alright? So how do we represent this with absolute value signs? Well, we can write this. Okay? This is the absolute value of 5. So basically we're saying, when we write this thing, we're just saying, how far is this from 0? How far is this from that city hall? Well, it's just 5. And so we write it like this. Absolute value of 5 is just 5. How far is 5 from 0? What is the distance between 5 and 0? It's just 5. Okay? This symbol, these signs, is a special symbol we use to represent distance from 0. Okay? Let's practice some more. Let's see if we can get this. See the basketball court? The basketball court is at, where is it? -8. Now, what is the basketball court's distance from 0? How far is this from 0? How far is this basketball court from 0? Now, whenever we talk about distance, distance is always going to be positive. Okay? If this basketball court's at -8, we're always just going to say, hey, the distance is 8. Okay? Distance is always positive. You're never going to tell your friend that, oh hey, we're -3 miles away, or we're -2 blocks apart. You're never going to use negatives to talk about distance. Don't use negatives for distance. Okay? So if you have a basketball court at -8, then the distance from 0 is going to be 8. Let me prove it to you. See the basketball court? I'm going to count all the way to 0 and see how far it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it's just 8. So, how do we write this using absolute value signs? Well, you put the -8 inside. Okay, so now this is absolute value of -8. Alright. How far is -8 from 0? Remember, that's what absolute value means. How far from 0? Well, we said 8. The absolute value of -8 is just 8 because -8 is 8 steps away from 0. Okay? We're going to do a couple more so that we can really get it. Alright, here's the homeless shelter. The homeless shelter is at -4. Alright, let's put the -4 inside. Okay, what is the absolute value of -4? What is the absolute value of -4? Wait, how far is -4 from 0? 1, 2, 3, 4. I wonder if you notice a pattern. There might be a pattern here. In fact, there is a pattern. Okay, we gotta write a because statement. The absolute value of -4 is just 4 because the -4 is 4 steps away from 0. Or we can just say 4 away from 0. right? The absolute value of negative 4 is 4 because negative 4 is 4 away from 0. Right, let's take a look at the boba shop. The boba shop is at 3. I wonder if you want to pause this video and take a guess, do it. Okay, pause the video if you want to here. All right, what do we put inside here? Okay, we're talking about 3, so we're going to put it inside. The absolute value of 3 is 3. Why? It's because the 3 is 3 away from 0. Alright, okay? And you can prove it to yourself. Can you count to 0 in 3 steps? 1, 2, 3. Yes, okay? Let's do one more. Alright, see that negative 100? Whoops, I think it's better if we just see it slowly. Okay, let's see if we can get this right. Alright, cool, there we go. The absolute value of negative 100 equals 100. Why? So wait a minute, they just gave us the answer already. They just told us the answer is 100, but why? Well, look at that frog right there. That frog is at negative 100. So why is the absolute value of negative 100 equals 100? Because negative 100 is 100 steps away from 0. Okay? Want to prove it? Count by tens. So I'm going to go here all the way to 0, and I want to see if it is 100. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Yeah! Negative 100 is 100 steps away from 0. Okay? The absolute value of 90 equals 90. Why? Why is it equal to 90? Because 90 is 90 away from 0. 90 steps away from 0. Alright? That is absolute value. And we hope that makes sense. Alright? Alright, we hope this video helps you out. We hope this video helps you out. So your assignment will be to do pages 23 through 26 of your notebook. That means 23, 24, 25, and 26. Page 23, you'll be doing a reading, okay? But then you'll have like hopefully 10 short problems to do on pages 24, 25, 26, okay? This is due on Friday, September 25th. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead, like and subscribe. Just remember, feel free to pause this video, rewind this video, watch this video again to help you out, okay? And remember, there are different ways to do math, and we are all problem solvers. Hope you have an awesome day. Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate you all.